guys, what's up? It is Preach as always. So in today's video, we're going to address a few questions about Call of Duty and what it is like after taking a 9-month break. And I'm going to go ahead and list the questions for you now so you can know what it is we're going to be addressing throughout the video. So the first question is, are you rusty after having 9 months away? That's probably self-explanatory, but we'll get into that later. The second question is, can you keep up with the skill increases of the players that didn't stop playing? Like, are they so far past you, even if you can overcome the rust, that you can't keep up? Then, what about keeping up with the meta? You know, guns change, weapons change, there's a lot of tunings, and over 9 months, you miss what has been happening. Is that something you can keep up with? The next question is, what about new maps? New maps get added. Do you know the new maps? Can you compete on the new maps? And how long is it going to take to play those before you can compete on them? And then the fifth question is going to be, are there more joy and less frustration with the actual game when you've had a big break? So in other words, you know, what is the mental part like when you haven't played for a long time? Do you get frustrated with the same little things, or are you just happy to be playing Call of Duty again? So those are the questions that we are going to address in this gameplay. What you're going to be watching in the background is all gameplay that has happened after the 9-month break. And I think that what you will first off see in this is that, yes, I am rusty. To answer that question straight off the bat, I am rusty. I can feel it in my reaction speed. I can feel it in my map awareness, and that is why you'll see that the majority of this video is played on Shoot House so that I can play a map that I'm incredibly familiar with and just allow myself to get to be re-familiarized with the controls, with the feels, with the timings, with the spawns, with how other people play, and not have to think about the map so much. So that's why you're going to see a lot of gameplay here on Shoot House, is trying to overcome that rust by playing a familiar map that is high or faster paced so that I don't have to think about the map. I can just work on my gameplay mechanics. So after 9 months of play, am I rusty? Absolutely. But now that I'm back, I can feel some of that rust starting to wear off a little bit, but it is going to take a lot more playing before I get back to where I was before I left. With that said, what about keeping up with the skill increase of players that didn't stop playing? Look, there are people who night and day this game and never turn it off. And if you play on a limited basis in any fashion, you're never going to be able to keep up with the guys who maybe are equal talent level to you, but play consistently. So any type of inconsistency within your playing is going to affect your game and affect your ability to keep up. But one thing you will see here within this gameplay, if you notice, I have already gotten multiple chopper gunners, and you can still get your streaks. If you're a good player, you might just have to play a little bit smarter, play a little bit slower than you would, maybe not be so aggressive until you feel like you've played at a consistent enough level to be able to keep up. But yes, you're rusty, but yes, if you play, you can get it back and you can be able to keep up again. But any kind of inconsistency is always going to hold you back a little bit from the players who play on a very regular basis. So the next question I had was, can you keep up with the meta? And what I have found is I mostly snipe. I don't know what changes have happened to the guns, and I am sure there are videos out there that address those. If I find any changes, I'll make videos on that myself. But the snipers, for the most part, feel the same as what I remember. I don't know what SMGs are good. So as far as keeping up with the meta, I have no idea what the current meta is, and I have no idea what to use and what is good. But thankfully, if that is something that you're concerned about, there are channels that put the stats of the guns out there, and there are channels that put, you know, their opinion of what feels like the best to them out there. So all you have to look up is, you know, best class setup videos, things like that, and you'll figure out the best guns to use, the most meta things to use for the gameplay style that you like to use. it is available, but yes, taking a break is absolutely going to destroy you on actually knowing what the meta is, unless it's just been a break from gameplay, but you've been keeping up with the YouTube channels and other players and the Twitch streams. Then if you're keeping up with those things, you're probably going to know what the meta is, even if you haven't been playing, but that was not the case for me. It was a total 9-month hiatus, and I had no idea what was going on. So that brings me to the next question. What about the new maps? Look, there are several new maps in this game, and it is generally not too bad to learn a new map because everybody's learning them at the same time. But what happens when you have taken a big break and you come back and the new maps have been put in the game while you were gone, everybody else has already learned them and you haven't learned them yet. So you just have to go into it with a mindset of, I don't care how I perform in my first, handful of matches on a new map. It's just about learning the map. Where can I go? What can I do? And more you play a map, the more you will learn the, spawn points, the way people break on the map, the places people like to camp, things of that nature. You will learn the more and more you play a map. And then the next question is there more joy and less frustration? What is the mental like when you've been away for 9 months? What I have found after a 9-month break is I've pretty much had nothing to complain about the game. I've just been trying to play and enjoying my time shooting and enjoying my time playing the game again. So I have really, the mental has been kind of relieving compared to what it was before I quit playing, but I am sure that will come back as I keep playing. So that has been what has been going on in this game for me. Yes, I'm rusty, but I do think that with consistent play, I can keep up with the players that didn't stop. I have no idea what the meta is. I'm still learning the new maps, but right now the mental is pretty good and I'm enjoying myself playing. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of what you have to see in it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Preach out.